Hello everyone, this is Robert from Book of Mormon Editions, where we discuss printings, publications, and various editions of the Book of Mormon. A personal story for me was that when I was a boy doing scripture study with my family, we would read the Book of Mormon together. Often I would see my mom would turn the page at different times than I did, and I would worry that I was the one wrong, or I was on the wrong verse or page as I didn't turn the page with her. When I got wiser, I noticed that I had an edition of the Book of Mormon that was printed in the 1980s, and she had a set from the 1970s. This meant that she had a different format, and it meant that page size and verse layout were different. This older format was one created in 1920, and that had lasted more than 60 years, all the way through to a new update that was created in 1981. So I'd like to spend this episode on the 1920 format of the Salt Lake Church edition, as it was a series of editions of the Book of Mormon that had the same page layout for many years, even though the cover would often change. The background for this was that in the turn of the 1900s, James E. Talmage was assigned as a committee leader to review the current edition of the Book of Mormon and to create an update to it. Prior to this, the editions of the Book of Mormon for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints were not uniformly printed, and the various missions of the church would commission their own printing series to distribute from that specific location. So the assignment was to centralize the printing of the Book of Mormon and make a new uniform edition and undeviated from location to location. So this resulted in the 1920 format of the Book of Mormon. It came out as a humble, dark hardcover with a title on the spine. The copyright was renewed in 1948 under the direction of George Albert Smith, and the cover was updated with a title and decorations on the front. What is also interesting is that this 1920 format of the Book of Mormon is that it had multiple covers as it was updated over the 60 years of its use. One of the most significant updates to the 1920 edition was the inclusion of a double column in the text. Prior to this, the Book of Mormon was printed with verses on a full page, and now the 1920 format was printed in a double column to match the layout of biblical scripture. There was a new introduction and updates to the footnote cross-references with a pronunciation guide and an index in the back. It also had a timeline listed at the bottom corner of the footer. The text of the 1920 format ended with a half page on page 522. Thanks for watching this. In other videos, I'm really excited to discuss various characteristics of specific editions of the 1920 and other formats and the historical significance many of them have. If you have a specific or unique edition of the Book of Mormon that you'd like reviewed on this series, please contact me at bomeditions@gmail.com. Best wishes until next time.